Hello and welcome to the first race of the season. It is season 4 and we are at Red Star Raceway for the South African Grand Prix. Just doing the formation lap led by Scruffy Doggo 4 in the safety car. Zerk the Gamer, now the net championship leader, scoring 5 points in qualifying, and will start from pole position. How many different poles it is? One, two. The 15th different pole sitter in the SSRL history. We have Zero Denial, who is starting in P2 in the Prawira racing car. Was only 7 thousandths off of getting pole, and he was the first person to set a lap in the shootout. Third place is the reigning world champion Captain Cody. We were all surprised that he didn't get pole, but he got 3 points already on the board. But he'll be looking forward throughout the rest of the Grand Prix. We are expecting a one-stop strategy for all of the drivers. We might see someone try and go to the end, but it's not suggested. Simply because it's not that good.
They're going past me.
Okay. I mean, you can just slow down because you line up at the back of the grid
And
anyway.
the number 1 car of Captain Cody is now at the back of the grid and he's speeding past everyone. Had a bit of a slip up.
As the grid lines up again. Another note, Beyond 7 Bomber Guy, who finished 2nd here last year, hasn't done any laps so far.
As our drivers line up on the grid from the formation lap, where it's definitely looking for an interesting race here after an amazing qualifying session.
What we should do in the future, Bulls, like when they're doing the formation lap, get that where they go from sitting on the grid to over the line, make that when they cross the line, so they don't have to do it after the formation lap. Does that make sense?
Has everyone crossed the line? Looks like they have. Got one more driver that hasn't crossed the line.
Could you give me admin real quick?
Yeah.
Alright.
Which car is Cookies?
Oh wait, I have to run off. The Prawira car.
Okay, now there are people on there. Second move. Bro, how is actually?
What is the obstacles?
Okay, I assume everyone is now in their correct grid slots, which they are. Got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry. Everyone keeps on jumping out of their cars.
They're resetting tires.
Yep.
And the 30-second board has gone out for the races. Drivers prepare.
Don't worry, I got this race start. Alright, here we go now. As we're gonna get 5.
How do I say hello in South African?
I don't
Doesn't
know.
matter.
Scruffy Doggo 4, I'll give it to you to type start. Won't be able to see the lights from this view, so let's move back to here. As the lights are going red and we are set for a new season. It's season 4 in SSRL 1 and the lights are away and it's a great start there from Captain Cody. Immediately jumps ahead of Zero Denial.
Who's
in
going to get the
P2.
whole shot here?
It looks
Cody, run in front.
Yeah, it looks like Cirque and Cody are contending for the lead. Cirque with a big slide. H3 is still in 4th place, looking to make up a move on the Provera car. BM7 Bomber Guy is making up places as well. The two Motorsport cars have dropped, but it's the start that Cody needed. Cirque goes wide, and it's a three-way battle for 2nd place. Is that a Folklore? I'm pretty sure in P5 now.
Amazing start from Captain Cody, all the way from 3rd to get the whole shot. This is just what he needed for his title defense. Hopefully he can keep on this strong performance going into his pit stop.
Here we go into turn 13 now, and all of the drivers snaking through. It's like a scene in Cars 2, as they all take a variety of different lines. There's Cirque going completely off track. The only person at risk at the moment, BM7 Bomber Guy, is on 3 corner carts, but now we'll see the gap between 1st and 2nd emerging. Cody's in 1st, and it's a 2nd back.
A 1 second gap from just 1 lap. That's an absolutely amazing.
Latingi
But he
is...
I told you.
Inside. Looks like he's grabbed a corner cart. Hopefully he doesn't grab too much.
Latingi is the big gainer, has gone up 2 places and is up to 5th already on the opening lap. Logan and Lime both going backwards. Finley staying exactly where he is, so is Zaki. Beyond 7 moving up 2 places as well, ahead of Ladair and Not Its Cookies, and we will ignore Scruffy Doggo 4 as he is the safety car driver. Now heading through, H3 has set the fastest lap of the race, 1:13.1. Remember, the fastest lap up for grabs for anyone. Dirk's actually made a bit of a gap between him and H3 on this lap, and he went. Times are similar to him and Captain Cody, but the gaps are now starting to form between all the drivers as we now head to lap 3 out of 40.
It's starting to become very spaced out now.
But I'm pretty sure H3 moves up in the timing sheets into 3rd place.
But the gap has now slowed. Captain Cody is dropping back a bit as the gap now closes into 800
H3
of a second.
Gotta watch H3 as well. He will want to get close. As on that last lap, it was a 1:10.9 for Captain Cody, which now sets the new fastest lap. Cirque set a 1:10.8 that last time around. They're going wide in the background is his teammate Lime, who has now gotten ahead of the Folklore car of Latingi and up into 5th place. Not sure what the closest battle actually is at the moment. It might be between Finley and Logan for the 7th place spot. No, it's between Finley and Zaki for the 8th place spot, the final point that will be given out. And then there's BM7 Bomber Guy lurking in the background.
Captain Cody going past the line for lap 4, pulling away 400 more. H3 going back in the standings, all the way in 9th.
I think H3's lagged out. He's stopped at turn 3. Yeah, he's definitely lagged out. As there, the cars are overtaking him.
That's definitely ruined his race.
Yeah,
so I
H3
was
will be
hoping
out.
for him to have a good
Or
performance.
he'll be at least like 3 laps down. That's not good for him at all in his championship hopes. He has gotten a point out of this weekend, but that's so unlucky for him. On lap 4 as well is also very unlucky.
This is horrible for his championship. Missing 1 race could mean everything, and points matter a lot. This is going to be a huge struggle for his future in this title fight.
Now we turn our attention to Captain Cody and Cirque again. They have pretty much gotten away as we've got an airplane engine in our ears thanks to Scruffy Doggo 4, but they've pretty much gotten away from Zero Denial, who himself has gotten away from Lime and has pretty much confirmed that podium spot for now. Gap increases.
Cirque managing
by
to
3
stay
tenths.
with Captain Cody, but the gap is slowly increasing. Cody proving faster here with his slightly better lap times. If he keeps this pace up, it's going to be an easy win for him.
Zaki's just moved up into 6th place. He's managed to overtake both Logan and Finley, who went sideways into turn 3. It was on the grass. And Logan is now ahead and up to 7th place. As there we see H3 stranded car. But it is Chase, who has got 4 podiums in his entire career. As
we've got a good battle here with Logan Ultramotive. Driver's looking tight here. Biggest gap, tiniest gap I've seen all race. As they go side by side into penultimate chicane. Who's the other driver?
I'm not sure what's happened to the Bomber guy as well, because he is
Oh, look.
he's not appeared on the time
I don't
sheet.
see him.
I have a feeling that
At
he's
all.
disconnected as well, or he's left intentionally. Logan's on 13 corner cuts already, and it's only been 6 laps.
He's definitely going to get penalised if he keeps that act up. Stewards are not going to take lightly to it.
Oh yeah.
But this
I'll
track
be-
is
I'll be down in
very
the pits and
easy
waiting
to
for-
go wide, and
waiting for
you can
people to
definitely
be
overshoot
hitting.
your corners.
Spider-Eyes, can you go into the Holden chat real quick? And just what's happened on 7 Bomber guy? As he is gone and the gap is still getting away.
So we've just got news from the HRT pit, and turns out that B17 Bomber guy of the 7 car has lagged out, and he will not be able to join back into the race.
Wow.
His game has crashed, which is a shame for his title because he was definitely in there.
Did have a lot of issues in preseason testing. That might have just been himself. He also had a lot of game crashes in Roblox recently.
It's just racing. It comes to it, and it's just bad luck. A lot of people can have it. Hopefully, he can make a strong comeback from this though, and next race we'll definitely see him up there.
Yeah, next race. He does have 2 home races, to be fair. Next race at Watkins Glen, which is next week on the 19th of April, and then we take a week off.
That's very easily a home field advantage for him.
We actually take 2 weeks off as we head to United States Grand Prix at the Kansas City Street Circuit. I'm excited for that one. Someone else has also stopped. Nope, that was just V-lag for Zaki Boot. 6th place. That
Captain
battle's
Cody
still-
keeping up with his amazing performance. Cirque just clinching on, but Cody is just too fast. He might be able to make it into a 2-second gap coming onto the finish line. Let's see it. Cirque comes across the line. He holds the same gap from last lap. He's definitely keeping with him.
Yeah, I want
But
to
Cody's pulled away an amazing gap, and it's going to be hard for him to catch back up unless he
point out
pulls a masterclass pit.
going to point out a good battle at the moment. 5th, down to 8th. There's Latingi going off for turn 1. And that means Zaki, Finley, and Logan all go through 5th, 6th, and 7th now. And in the matter of a span of 1 corner, Latingi has gone from gaining about 10 points down to 1, actually. As there's H3 stranded car, and he is fully out of the race. That is now confirmed.
I believe that Latinga can definitely catch up. He definitely has the pace for it. He just needs to keep cool heads and not send it too far up, people.
Something I quickly want to address
someone's
was as
crashed
we
out.
approach a quarter of the way through the race, as the tyres will start to be getting lower now in terms of their wear, so we will start to see people coming into the pits. It's what strategy people decide to go with, because while it is possible to stay out for the whole race, it's what balance you want of those tyre levels versus the time it takes to go through the pits. So it's finding that balance between the two so that you can stay in front. Always see an undercut strategy. Time will tell.
Yeah, as we are now to lap 9, and we've got our first car that's lapped. It's Ladair in the Fusion Motorsport car. Not sure why he is so slow, but yep, that is a
Ladair spins out.
That is a confirmed person who lapped. Zakibu has now gotten clear of this trio of cars, and there's Latingi, who is now ahead of Logan Ultramotive, heading into turn 6 and 7, getting a bit squirrely there as the Motorsport car. Are we seeing the tyres starting to drop already? Zakibu's made a mistake again, and this now quad of cars are all within the same
Latingi
part
can
of the track.
definitely do it. He has the pace. He just needs to keep cool heads, as I said before, and not crash from a stupid overtaking move.
Down the back straight now. Pretty sure that means that Finley is inherited
Go into
that
the third last
place.
corner and into the final chicane. Here we go across the line. Just under a second by 4 people. All within 1 second.
This is incredible racing through here, with Logan has dropped back now as well.
And there's H3's stranded car
You
again.
can just hear H3's stranded car.
Now we've got a freeway battle. This battle is spaced out just a tiny bit, but everyone's still in contention. Latini apex in the corner, smooth as butter.
Cody's just edged another 2/10, a gap from Cirque. Zero Denial very clearly in 3rd place. Lime very clearly in 4th place. This will be a great hoard of points for Zensaline. If it keeps like this,
Latini goes
Latingi
wide and he
spun off.
spins out.
Spun off at turn 15, and the continuation of mistakes, and that has allowed Logan Ultramotive to go through now into 7th place. And now this group of cars consistently making errors has been spaced out now. That was not the move that needed to happen for them.
I
And
believe
we
that
very quickly have Logan Ultramotive approaching these 25 corner cuts mark, so he'll be coming in for a drive-through soon.
Yeah,
So that'll also shake up this mid-pack as well.
and
I believe at the pace that Latingi's going, he's definitely been way too aggressive on the tyres. He's just been falling and then pushing back, and it's just been too much. And you can see just the way he's slipping and sliding in every corner. He's definitely got to manage it and have a masterclass pit stop if he wants to keep back with the top group.
yeah, drive-through. Just a drive-through. That was a big slide.
And
there on
Latingi
the
has
vision
spun
lag.
out again.
Spun out again. Surely he needs to resort to a 2-stopper now, because clearly his tyres are done. But yeah, you lose about 25 seconds with a drive-through, 30 on a pit stop. So I'm sure people are waiting for safety cars and undercuts do in the race, especially Cirque, who will most definitely try and do an undercut on Captain Cody.
We will see pretty soon that these cars will become pretty much undrivable for even these front guys here. So that undercut will be very interesting because Cirque is only 2 seconds behind, and while that's a lot on paper, you look at the gap on the screen, and you know that is the difference between a poor pit stop and a good one.
Gap stays constant for pretty much the 13th straight lap between Captain Cody and Cirque. Zero Denial doing very well for the Pro Era Racing team in 3rd place. Lime doing well as well for the Zen Racing team cars. That was a slide from Captain Cody. But it will be a good hoard of points for Zen Racing if it stays like this. They will accumulate 32 points and will most certainly go right to the top of the Constructors' Championship. Not sure if it's just the VLAG or not, but we're seeing these cars get a lot closer. No, it's not the VLAG. Cirque has chipped 4/10 in just the first 2 sectors into Cody's lead. But this is where Cody's strongest sector is in the final 3 corners of 14, 15, and 16. Real special name for
Going to the third last corner into the final chicane. Let's see the gap with Cody and Cirque. Going across the finish line now. Cirque has actually gained 3/10 on Cody. He's not giving up and he wants to win.
I don't blame him. He got pole, of course, and that's 5 points already to his name. So if it stays like this, then they will be tied for first place in the standings, which I find pretty funny. But just saying that Logan Ultramotive has now got a drive-through. He's on 29 corner cuts already with just 14 laps. And I drove these cars. Cody has gone a suboptimal line into turn 1. Not turn 1, turn 7.
We're seeing the effects of the pressure on Captain Cody now, and it's going to be interesting because he will not be able to relax, and especially with looking like the cars are getting much looser now compared to when they started. It'll be a decision of, you go or you go. Who's going to make the call first to jump into the pits, and who thinks that they can push the cars out longer without making a major blunder?
Yeah, I'm sure Cirque is most definitely thinking about that undercut as he's now chipped a
Cirque
second.
now under a second.
He gained 6/10 in just sector 3 alone, and now this is the closest that Cirque has been to try and get the lead of the race. They are so close, and I'm sure they're both thinking about doing one-stop strategies or trying to dummy the other into going into the pit lane. Second, as there's Cody sliding away out of turn 5 and now going to turn 6. Cirque is getting closer now as they head into the turn 6 and 7 and the 8-9 complex, otherwise known as the stadium section. And look how close they are, just on the camera, as Logan has, pretty sure he's coming to the pit lane because he's gone down 3 spots. No, he hasn't. He stayed out on track. He just lost the car, presumably. But let's see the gap now. Not gained that much in the first 2 sectors. Cody a little bit wide, almost ran onto the black and yellow
Cody's
curves.
letting the pace get to his head now. He's making a bit of too many mistakes. But he's maintained the gap from last lap.
The gap is
the split is identical. It is identical.
It was the exact same as the last lap. These two are
There is
pushing.
nothing in this. These two, no one's giving an edge.
These two both averaging the mid-11s throughout the entire track. That's quicker than both Zaki, Finley, Latingi, and Logan Ultramotive's best laps in general. These guys are doing it on pace. But who will we see strike first through strategy in the pit lane? Who will lose out more?
Cirque has a never giving
car?
up mentality, and he has not gave up at all this race, and it's just amazing. If he can win this, it would be a great comeback as we go past the stranded car of B17 Bomber Guy.
Gap is pretty much staying the same through the sector split. Cirque maybe a 10th or 2 in the middle sector. See them come around the final corner again and up to the line.
It's really just a matter of who can manage their tyres the best at this point of time.
Same lap time again, pretty much within a 10th of each other.
Just
Cirque is really pouncing on this opportunity. Zero Denial is pretty much set in stone in 3rd place. Unless he has a massive issue, they'll let Lime go through, then Saline car. And then it's just a huge gap between 4th and 5th. On that last lap, 3/10 off was Cirque in the first sector. stadium section go now.
Captain Cody eating up the sausage curb on the inside, but he doesn't lose too much from it.
As Logan Ultramotive will...
Here we go now. First people into the pits.
Yeah, Logan
Both
Ultramotive...
Logan Ultramotive and Letter.
Logan Ultramotive is serving his
Be
drive-through. He's missed his pit box, and that's why. And so he will be lapped. The winner last year being lapped is not that good on paper. Dirk's dropped by 6
Captain
tenths.
Cody's
And now
amazing pace.
Logan
He's
needs to
getting
get out
back
of the
on
way.
track.
Can I ask, did anyone see Logan jump out, or did he drive straight through?
No, he was serving his drive-through for corner cuts. So he will have
He
to
drove
box
straight through
down.
though, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good.
Whoa, that was almost a massive slide for Cody.
The gap's closing again after a huge mistake by Captain Cody. Cirque pouncing on it, but can Captain Cody build his gap back up like before?
We'll have to see the gap in the sector splits because it's very tough to see thanks to the vision lag of Roblox. And Cirque has chipped away 4 tenths and is pretty much back to where they were 2 laps ago.
Captain Cody's definitely been lacking in consistency all of this race, and it's Cirque who's just been pouncing back on his mistakes.
Another focal car coming into the pits now.
That must be
So the cars are...
Latini
Yep.
made the call down at Coca-Cola. Not too much pressure behind though because Logan Ultramotive is lapped. Cirque is within 6 tenths. They're right next to each other as they head through turn 1. Logan Ultramotive
This is the closest they've been all raced.
Will we see a change for the lead? They're side by side heading into turn 3. Well, turn 4, I should say. Now through the long left-hander of turn 5. Cody pretty much cuts the track, and that's Cirque now. On my screen, he's into the lead. Not too sure though, as we head through turn 6 and 7.
Cirque's definitely got the lead here.
Yeah, he has.
Cody, take
You
your
can tell.
suboptimal line. Cirque has been taking the best line in the past sector, and now he's on his way
Yeah,
for a
Cirque-
race win.
Cirque has chipped away 8 tenths, so he is most certainly in the lead. But we'll have to see it on the updated timing tower. But now we're at the middle of the race. Does that mean Captain Cody is going to pit now to try and do the undercut because he has lost
Yes,
the lead?
he does.
And
He
has.
goes into the pit.
Cody into the pit lane. We'll see how much time he loses. He does the undercut. Logan Ultramotive also pitting as well.
This is critical because we could see, we could see Zerk stay out and make more of those tyres that he's already on. So we could see Zerk through this pit stop with Captain Cody actually take the lead, given he's been able to push more out of them.
Lime is also boxed as well, but Zero Denial in the Prawira car inherits second place. Dirk's now just going through turn 6 and 7. So we'll leave it to you, Scruffy Doggo 4, to keep an eye on Cody and just to see where he's at all times. Finley is up to 4th now, but of course he hasn't boxed as Lime just coming out of the pit lane now, and will surely see the pole sitter and the net race leader react to Captain Cody.
This will be important for Cody because he will have had a reset now. He'll be game face on and he won't be stressing with the thought of Cirque being around him. He'll have clear air now. He knows no one around him is competitive, so he'll be absolutely gunning it. He'll be making the most of these new tyres and trying to build up all that lost time. As I say that, he loses it on one of the corners.
Cirque is
So-
indeed in. That's all he has to do today is just react to Captain Cody.
Yep.
Into the
Cirque,
bottom
and he's
road.
backwards in the pit lane. This is critical.
He's missed,
Cirque had to reverse in the pit lane. He missed his pit box.
and Cody's just coming
Where
through
does
now.
Captain Cody line up? Where do they
Cody's
line up?
through
And he'll be
there.
ahead. He will be ahead.
He's ahead by
He is
a
well and
lot
truly
as
ahead.
well. That was
So
not
well
the
played
stop.
from Captain Cody. That
Cirque is
exactly as
coming
you
out of the
said,
pit
Paul.
lane
That was not the stop that Cirque needed.
Yes, that was not what was required as Saline if Cirque wanted to win the race, but Cody is now about 5 seconds down the road that Cirque needs to catch up to, and we know how consistent Cody's race pace is. He won 7 races in a row last year, so we'll just have to see if Cody makes mistakes, because that's all that Cirque can rely on at the moment.
He can't let that gap lull him into a false sense of security, though, because he's on these new tyres. He needs to make the most of them. They are 100% at the moment, and he needs to go.
And
If that gap gets any smaller at this minute, then it might be as good as gone for later in the race.
your net race leader, Zero Denial, has now come into the pit lane. Sorry for cutting you off.
What I've noticed with Captain Cody is that later in the race, when his tyres start to degrade, he starts to make more mistakes. So when we come into the later end of this race around lap 40, he might start having issues, and Cirque can definitely capitalize on this, as Cirque is definitely better on the more chopped up tyres.
Cirque is now pushing. He set 2 purple sectors in the second and third sector of that previous lap. So he is pushing. He is trying to get to the lead and just have any sight of victory before this race ends. We've got 18 laps now remaining.
The question now hovering over those leaders' heads is, will they pit again? I don't think they will. I think they'll have to drag out these tyres, but as Spudruss was saying earlier, cooler head of Cirque prevails on the worst tyres. So we could run the risk at the end of this race of Captain Cody making a race-changing mistake.
Yes, that is true. Finley is in third, but he's yet to stop, and everyone behind has stopped with them. Zero is actually only 5 seconds off Cirque himself, but on this current lap, he's only gonna gain about 3/10 on Captain Cody, as Captain Cody sets the fastest lap, and just as I say that, Cirque takes it back. So now Cirque is the net championship leader at the moment with 22 points compared to Captain Cody's. Actually, no, he's not. Cody will have 23 points now compared to Cirque's 22. But Zero Denial has lost a lot of time.
This will be cruel for Cirque on these straights. He can see Captain Cody down the end. He knows he's close. He knows he can make that gap, but he can't lose focus.
Someone come into the pit lane, and it's the Prawira car, who's already lapped and is 9th place. Is nowhere near like an automotive, sadly. So seems like only one Prawira car score points today. Ladair is about to hit the corner cut limit and will have to come in for a drive-through.
It has been a bit unfortunate to see this mid-pack fall apart, because there was some strong racing there earlier in the race, but I think through pit stops and everyone finding their traction, we've seen that racing fall apart. But the gap between Captain Cody and Cirque is staying whole as Zakibu almost spins.
Another battle I want to maybe look at that could come in. If this man right here, Zero Denial, makes a mistake, then Lime would be very quick to pounce. The 2 Zen cars up there in 2nd and 4th. Zero Denial's teammate obviously 9. Captain Cody's teammate retiring on lap 4. Down in 11th place was B1 7 Bomber Guy. Out through the final corner now. Cody making more corner cut mistakes, but has just set now the fastest lap, a 1:10.743, and has gained 7/10 off of Cirque.
It's good to see that he's keeping this pace up, because if he starts slowing down, Cirque will be there.
It's true. We've Cirque in qualifying, he knows how to do 1 lap pace, but can he bring his race pace along today? He's gained 3/10 in first sector alone, but the racing is more spaced out now, sadly. If there were more people who showed up to race, then I reckon it would have been a lot closer than what it was now, as we've now only got 15 laps remaining. The 60% of the way through. Oh, I just did that quick math in my head. Circus lost 2/10 in the sector. I say that Circus now gained 3/10, but he's pushing. He got 4 corner cuts on that. Has Zero Denial gone off? Yeah, he has. He's hit the barriers at the final turn, and now here comes Lime01 trying to make it a Zen 2-3, and he does so. Lime has moved up into 3rd place, a rare mistake by Zero Denial, and now it's a Zen Racing 2-3, and that will leave Eisen very, very happy, but he is more focused on the win, trying to push for the win. As Finley,
This is amazing for their Constructors' Championship run as Captain Cody. Oh my god, Lime has crashed.
He's fully straight lined the wall at turn 5 and has lost the 3rd place that he had for 4 turns. Zero Denial inherits it back. Well, what a collision that was. Imagine if there were damage walls.
As we were talking about them leading the Constructors title, commentators curse as he heads into the wall and loses his position.
Just reading the chats, apparently an antivirus showed up on his screen and that froze all of his controls. I've had that happen to me before. That is deeply saddening for him.
That was a big hit too.
The Dare now has an extra drive-through.
As we got a battle here with Zakibu and his teammate, Logan Ultramotive.
Through sector 1.
And Logan Ultramotive spins out and Zakibu takes his position.
He spun out so
Bit of an early spin there.
Spun out so far into the outside grass that it actually switched cameras to a completely different corner and was blocked off by the fence. But yeah, Logan is now about to get his 2nd drive-through. Latingi is on 22. Lime is on 22 corner cuts as well. Captain Cody.
Zakibu and Logan Ultramotive are right next to each other again.
Captain Cody has
He's
lost.
caught the gap back up instantly.
Yeah, Captain Cody's lost about a second on this lap. He sits at 112.1, 111.4.
Cirque is now 5 seconds away. That's a whole second. Just that lap alone.
As Lades serves his drive-through, it's now 5 seconds between Cirque and Captain Cody. With
Going across the line now, Zakibu and Logan Ultramotive trying to see who comes out top of the 2 teammates.
Now Zero Denial, the timing didn't up. Oh yeah, it has upgraded actually. But Lime is now 8 seconds back from Zero Denial, so it is a pretty clear 3rd and 4th there.
Zakibu getting a little slippery there.
We could see if Lime makes yet another mistake, as there's Zakibu sliding off. If Lime makes another mistake, we could see the Toyota Gazoo Reserve of Finley go up to 4th place, and that will be a good result to kick off the campaign. Of course, their main driver, Positive Vibes, who's actually a very quick driver, not here for personal reasons, I guess. I don't actually.
Wow! Captain Cody has lost 2 seconds on the last lap alone, and that's 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, you can see them.
As we head.
They're both on the same part of the track, as Latingi will need to get out of the way soon.
Don't know what happened last lap with Cody, but that's a substantial amount of time to lose.
Yes, precisely. Even the Zero Denial has caught up time. That's how slow it was. as the Folklore will be asked to get out of the way soon.
Going onto the back straight now, heading into the third last corner. Captain Cody, has he pulled away from Cirque, or was Cirque catched back up?
Cody's on 22 corner cuts. If he gets a drive-through, then that will be heartbreak for him, and he might even go back to third. This is reminding us of Indianapolis all over again as the gap stays the same.
Cirque
Remind me
has
who
just
won
gained
Indianapolis.
22.
Gizmo Master 82 won in Indianapolis, went from pit lane to first, was voted as race of the year because of it, but now going back to the reality that we are in today, Lime is on 23 corner cuts. Yeah, Cody's getting close.
Cirque on 18 corner cuts. He definitely has the advantage here.
The psychological advantage of seeing that your opponent has more corner cuts than you. You might need to try and pressure them into a mistake.
Captain Cody has to be so careful because otherwise this race is lost if he gets 3 more corner
He
cuts.
cannot take any risk at all, and that's going to suffer his speed.
Yeah,
If he can't take risk, he can't go fast.
Yeah,
If he could look in his rearview mirrors, he would be seeing Cirque right now, and that is not a good feeling.
As we head into the 75% mark of this race now, maybe even more. In lap 31.
Yeah, Cody's got to be consistent. He's got to take no risk, but he's got to be quick as well, as he has a massive slide out of turn 3. I'll lose him some time to Cirque, and it does so. Cirque has gained about 2/10 in just the first sector alone. No one else near the corner cut limit, like 1 off. Lime's still only 2 off, so that might lose the place. Oh, the tension. It's almost like qualifying all over again. Cirque chipping away another 10th or 2 throughout the middle sector. So we could see the gap between them go down to within 3 seconds on lap 31. As we now get to lap
Only time will
32.
tell now.
Up to the line now. Cody passes.
Let's see.
Cirque is.
Cirque's gaining.
He is. He's within 3 seconds
Cirque is not
now.
giving up.
With a
This is
bang-
interesting because
Cirque
they
wants
all
this race to
pitted.
win more.
They pitted on lap 18, so theoretically they might need to pit again. I don't know. Personally, I feel like Cirque could push his tyres out to the end of the race, but Cody at the moment is really struggling to maintain pace.
Yes, that is true, although I have a feeling both of these two will just try and stick it out. Cirque
They'll have to.
Yep, Cirque now on 20 corner cuts. So they're within 2 of each other at the moment. Fair dues to Chase, who's only on 16 corner cuts, but it's not a whole lot of points for Motive Motorsport, so they're only going to score 4 points as of me saying that in the timing sheet. 112.1 from Cody is very slow, and that's another 5/10 gifted to Cirque. With just 7 laps remaining, Cody with a huge slide. It wasn't given a corner cut. Another huge slide there out of turn 3. He's just losing time everywhere. There's another 4/10 in sector 1. He's going to be within 2 seconds by the end of this lap. Presumably, Leder is lagging very badly. He's stuck there on the second back straight, heading in towards 6 and 7. 6, 7. But now heading through the stadium section now. And, yep, it is getting closer. Lions still thugging it out on 23 corner cuts, surprisingly. Through the fast right-hander. And Cirque has gained another 2/10. It will most certainly be within 2 seconds by the end of this lap. It's probably going to come down to the final lap as we now round off, and we've got 6 laps remaining. Lap 34 of 40 upon us. There he goes.
Oh my God.
1.6 seconds separates the top 2. And you got to remember that Cirque's pit stop was about roughly 6 seconds slower than Captain Cody's. So this is all just pure pace. Cirque is pushing.
This is Cirque's race to lose.
He is pushing.
You would not want to be Captain Cody right now.
Yes, you would not, but he is pushing the living crap out of those tires. He did pit a lap later, which means he does technically have more fresh rubber, but is this pushing gonna hurt him in the end? Short-term gain for long-term pain, you might say, but through now, out of turn 11, the gap on the sector times has stayed pretty much the same. Cody's on 23 corner cuts and he's cutting it close.
This is going to go down to the wire.
Cirque is at 21 corner cuts, so they're both playing it safe at the moment, but the gap is looking really small.
I don't think we want
Very
to see either of
unusual.
these guys. 1.1 seconds now. I don't think we want to see any of these guys get a drive-through penalty, because that will just ruin the vibe that we've got going on at the moment. They're within the same shot. Whoa. Ladair has just been kicked from the game for quote-unquote exploiting. I'm not sure. I don't think he was. But that means that Ladair is out of the race. He was already 10th place anyway. On other notes, Logan has dropped back behind Nudge Cookie, so Pereira will get 2 race cars in the top 8. Look at them, they're pretty much inside of each other at the moment now, thanks to the V-lag. Cody has dropped off 3 tenths, so that was horrible V-lag just then. As we go on to Cirque, yeah, they're within the same frame.
And Cody is fading.
Good to final corner now. Cody's on 24. Cirque's on 23. Corner cuts. Lime's on 23. Finley's on 23. Latingi's on 24. Cirque is now going to try and make a move, surely, on this lap with 4 laps remaining. There he goes. And Cody's lost it.
Cirque
Cirque's
makes
into
the
the
move.
lead. Cirque is into the lead with 4 laps remaining. He's overtaking Captain Cody. But how much degradation does his tires have? Can he make them last until the end? Cody needs to stay within the white lines, or he's going to get a drive-through and might even lose second place to Zero Denial. But he's also got to stay quick, because Cirque is absolutely flying in the second stint, it must be said, as he almost loses it there in the stadium section. But now through Sector 2, and it is pretty much confirmed that Cirque is ahead. He's gained 1 whole second on Captain Cody on just the first 2 sectors alone. And it's fair to say that Cody has lost his chance of a lead.
Captain Cody's been slacking way too much. It was just, he needed the pace and it wasn't there. Cirque can definitely win this, but Captain Cody is still with a fighting chance. Only a second off.
He's dropped the second back now.
And up to 24 corner cuts from Captain Cody. He's losing his confidence in his driving.
Yes, that is true.
He's just overthinking it.
3 laps remaining, and the difference is 1 second, but Cirque is quicker than Cody. So, will we see Cody start trying to chomp at the bit, or is Cirque just too quick? That 1 extra lap that he didn't pit, could that have been all the difference? Not too sure. Maybe. But Zero Denial pretty much confirmed 3rd place, as I've said throughout the entirety of the race. They're not even within the same camera frame, are they? Cody's made another mistake somewhere along the lap, surely, or it's just V-lag and he's just lagging real back. Surely not V-lag, because they're still within a 10th of each other in the middle sector. Lime is now up to 24 corner cuts, so he's cutting it close as well.
It'll be very interesting to see how this plays out across the season. As we can see, Cirque can clearly manage those poorer tyres much better than Captain Cody
Cirque's
can.
running away with it. I definitely think the gap's got even bigger from that lap, and it does prove
3
plus
tenths quicker.
300.
3 laps now remaining just for Cirque to hang on and give then Saline the start that they will be wanting, certainly.
What does this mean for the championship now that Captain Cody has fallen into second place?
Cirque will gain.
I cannot wait for the press conference after this.
Cirque will gain the maximum of 26 points if it stays like this. The first time that anyone will ever do it, considering the new point system. And he's trying to get Zen Saline their 5th ever race victory. Of course, the 4 other ones were Captain Cody before he switched mid-season to BMW Martini last year. But the gap is pretty much staying the same. No risks need to be made. It's just one little slip will cause a corner cut to not go your way, and it will ruin either of these drivers' races if it comes down to it. 2 laps now remain.
Cirque is leaving him in the dust, plus 400 on that lap.
This is so intense. If any mistakes are made or they could take any corner cut, their race is lost.
You can see the tires, they're not holding on. Cirque is pretty much sliding throughout every single corner in Sector 1, as Cody has reeled in about a 10th or 2, as there are some lap cars there that will need to be told to get out of the way. It looks like it's the Proera car of Not Its Cookies, and it is in 8th place. We'll be scoring a point, but we'll need to be asked to get out of the way soon, as we see these two rounding the second sector.
1.5 laps to go, and Cirque has got the lead by a substantial margin. I think Cirque's going to take this home.
But we've still got 1 lap remaining.
We do. I'm watching those corner cuts like a hawk, because that will be that will break this race. He knows he's got the lead. He knows he's faster. He just needs to keep on playing it cool. But Captain Cody up 4 tenths.
And we are
that lap.
We are on to the final lap now. Any slip up will cause a race to be ruined. They can't obviously take a drive through now because it is.
So they're
going to
have to suffer a time pen.
Yeah, it will be a 30-second time penalty, as Latingi.
Captain Cody can't mess up at all. Cirque has got the advantage. He can get away with 1 corner cut. Captain Cody can't make a single mistake. I think the race is settled. Cirque getting away with the win.
Through the stadium.
Only a couple corners to go now.
And he's gained 4 tenths in just the first sector alone. Second sector is 6 tenths, though it is pretty much set in stone as we see him around turn 13 for the final time. Zen Saline will be celebrating. He's in the call with us at the moment, is Eisen, as his driver rounds turn 14, and in his debut, his first ever start, it is Cirque du Gamer away, who will come around the final corner to win
Fantastic race.
South African Grand Prix. Captain Cody has hit 26 corner cuts, so if the gap now is within 30 seconds of Zero Denial, Cody hasn't passed the line. Oh no, he's taken the drive-through on the final lap. I'm not sure how that will go down, but
Cirque has dethroned the king.
It is Cirque du Gamer away who has won the Grand Prix.
This is Cirque's day today. He has beat the championship winner of last season. Cirque is amazing. He just performed amazingly this race.
Can we please have a press conference, please?
Yeah,
this is too good not to.
We will certainly have a press conference. Cody did his drive-through at the end, but he will get a 5-second time penalty because it was at the end of the race. It doesn't change the standings, though. It is a great race, though. Zero Denial.
Fantastic season opener.
Zero Denial pretty much had no one around him for the entirety of the race, except for that one exchange with Lime. So Zero Denial inherits 3rd place. 4th goes to Limo 1, and it's a great start for Zen Saline. we still haven't seen Finley, who gets 5th place for Toyota. Around the final corner he comes, 5th place for the reserve. And now it's Latingi, who has done his drive-through at the end as well, who has confirmed 6th place. Zach gets 7th. It is a double points finish for Rawira, as Not As Cookies finishes 8th place. Logan must have retired because he has left the game, and he is 9th place. Ladair got kicked for exploiting for some reason in 10th. Unlucky for Beyond 7 Bomber Guy in P11, as he was disconnected from the game, and so was H3. Imagine if we had H3 out there. That race would have been a lot more crazier if the RS Holtables car was there, but unfortunately disconnected on the 2nd lap. So it is the 12th place for H3. Wow. That was unbelievable. We're going to go down
An amazing
to
race.
the podium first, and then we're going to go into a press conference with the top 3, I think. Yeah, we'll go to the top 3 afterwards. Thank you all for watching the live stream. Wow.